A tough day here in Philadelphia, a day that I think everybody knew was coming. The great Ed Snider passed away at the age of 83 after a 2-year battle with bladder cancer. And there's a great story about the Flyers going out to California several weeks ago and getting a chance to see him for one last time, and how inspired they were after meeting with him and talking with them. Some feel like that's the fire that they needed to make it to the postseason. And everybody here in Philadelphia, their hearts and prayers go out to the Snider family. And somebody who I know was very close to Mr. Snider and has a lot of great things to say about him is the great David Montgomery, who's standing by with Greg Murphy.
Yeah, very well said, Tom. And indeed, talking about your relationship, David, with Ed Snider and his relationship with this city, because certainly the landscape of Philadelphia sports lost a giant today.
Well, no question, Murph. When you think about, probably nobody for the last half century has impacted the Philadelphia sports scene like Ed Snider. I mean, to be involved with 3 franchises and obviously to found one. You know, I was fortunate enough for 45 of those 50 years to know of Ed and see how much he contributed, because he contributed in so many ways. I mean, not just the Flyers themselves, but the way they became a part of the whole Philadelphia sports scene, the manner in which they played. You know, I say many times the one word to describe Philadelphia sports fans is passionate. Well, Ed Snider wasn't from Philadelphia, but he had all the passion of a Philadelphia sports fan. So we really lost a legend and icon today.
You mentioned his connection with 3 of the 4 major franchises in Philadelphia. Obviously, we started with the Eagles, then the Flyers, of course, and the Sixers connection. No direct connection with the Phillies, but that doesn't mean he hasn't impacted this franchise as well, right?
No, actually, just the opposite. I think really maybe it's because the continuity of ownership between our 2 organizations, involvement. I mean, you know, from the time they came into existence, they placed involvement in the community a high priority. Flyers Lives for Lives, and we in turn ended up emulating that in some degree. I'm not sure who came first, and as an innovator, he brought regional sports to this area. I mean, there wouldn't be a Comcast Sportsnet today if there hadn't been a Prism way back when. So on behalf of our entire organization, we are so sad, and our thoughts and prayers go out to Ed's personal family, the Flyers family, and really to all of us in the sports community for the loss that we suffered today.
Thank you, David. Beautifully said, as always. And yet, Tom, it's hard to imagine what the Philadelphia sports landscape would look like had Ed Snider not been with us for as long as he was. So certainly a loss today. We'll send it back to you guys.